great good afternoon to you, Miss Didi, the designer, owner of BowInertia.
Thank
I am Lady
you.
Madeline Patterson with CEO of Godman Productions and Studios. We have Miss Tamita Miller Shaklin, who is the
Hello,
editor
everybody.
of
Hello.
Ujima magazine. And we're just so excited to be able to have this conversation with you today. And I'm going to turn it over to Miss Tamita, who's going to further the conversation and let you guys chat for a little bit, and I'll just jump back in a little bit.
Sure
All
thing.
right. Sounds good. All right. Well, it's so good to meet you, Dee Dee.
Likewise.
Yes. So you've been busy. You last week was busy for you, huh?
Yes, this last few months have been really busy for me
Wow.
with planning for the Austin Fashion Week, and I'm super excited. I'm still on a high from
Yes.
that. Yes.
It's with Austin Fashion Week.
I'm sorry, my phone kind of froze. I'm sorry, it kind of cut out.
But
I'm sorry.
I was just saying, tell me about your experience with Austin Fashion Week. How
Oh,
was
it was a super exciting experience. I'm so honored to have been able to take part in the Black Designer Showcase in Austin
Yeah.
Fashion Week. It happened on April 19th, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a very humbling experience. I mean, I learned so much from so many other designers. I talked to so
Good.
many people. I got the chance to showcase my brand, even though it was a mini collection. I really feel like I did my big one on this one. I
Yeah,
feel like I did
that's
an amazing
okay.
job. I'm so proud of myself for what I accomplished, going from making bow ties to now making like full ensembles and garments, full outfits for people.
Wow.
It is a very, humbling experience to be able to
Mm-hmm.
go from that to this. And I'm so excited to be able to just keep growing from here. And I was so excited to be able to show the magnitude of my growth at the event.
Right, right. It's all going, it's all up now. It's all
From your mouth to God's ears, listen.
yes.
Absolutely.
I haven't been to Austin Fashion Week I used to go years ago, but I hadn't been recently. But I'm gonna have to get back
Oh,
into
it was
going
awesome.
because it is
Yeah,
an exciting thing, and I love seeing all the different designs and stuff, and people's
yeah,
creativity. All of that.
absolutely. It was
Yeah.
phenomenal. The other designers, like they really rocked it. They really put on a show, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't stop talking about it the whole night. To everybody who was listening, like, you should have saw this, you should have saw that. I was taking pictures,
Hmm.
posting it and everything. So it was really exciting.
Good. Good. And Bow Inertia.
Yes.
So, how did you come up with that name for your brand?
I'm so glad you asked that. I'm so glad you asked that question. Well, because I always loved science. Science has always been my favorite topic from elementary school till now. I actually study
Oh, okay.
physics in my spare time because I love science that much.
Wow.
And when I was a kid, I told this story on Talking to Madeline, but I was when I was a kid, I used to rush home and watch Bill Nye the Science Guy all the
Oh,
time. He was
yeah.
my favorite person, and I wanted to see everything he was working on. And I remember inertia.
Mhm.
Inertia was something that really stuck with me, even as a kid. And knowing that
Mhm.
it would take, the force of something to something stagnant. It would take the force of something really strong and major to move it out of its course, or it would take something that's moving really fast. The something would have to move it off of its course in order for it to divert. So what
Okay.
happened was when I created the bow ties, I
Mhm.
didn't have a name for my company when I started making the bow ties. But what happened was the trajectory that the bow ties sent me on was completely different than anything that I had ever imagined my life to be. I always love to create and I always love to make things by hand and see, what I can do from there. But knowing that people actually liked what I was creating and it was actually taking
Mhm.
off and people were buying it and my bow ties got featured in the movie Laser Team 2. That's a whole nother thing. But it was
Oh, wow.
the trajectory that it was headed on into. I know, right? Um,
Mhm.
I named it BowInertia because the bow ties literally changed my life. It changed the
Yeah.
trajectory of the route I was
Yeah.
going. And when you see my bow ties, it'll turn your head.
Ooh, I need to
Absolutely.
see some of those.
Yes, ma'am.
So you still doing them?
Yes, absolutely. I do the custom bow ties mainly. I have some traditional ones that I have on my site as well, but I mainly
Mhm.
like to focus on the custom ones. My custom bow
Okay.
ties, they're usually one and done, unless somebody say, hey, I like that one. Can you recreate it for me in a way?
Okay.
The comedian some more. She actually saw one of my bow ties, one of my it was like I call it a liquid bow tie. It was black and it
Uh-huh.
has the metal, I mean sorry, the diamonds going down the middle. And she
Uh-huh.
loved it so much that she wanted that one in particular. So,
Oh
when they see something that they like, I'll recreate it. But I really get a dopamine high from creating things from scratch and challenging myself to
yeah.
do something new, something different. But I really won't mind creating something again if somebody wants it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about the bow bag.
Yes. Yes,
When you
absolutely.
were talking
That's a
with
cow favorite.
Matt. So what made you create it that big, and then how do people usually use it? Because it's really cute, but I was trying to
Yes.
figure out when I saw it because I couldn't see it real
Mhm.
good, but I was like,
No, I
how
understand
did you use
completely. Yes,
it?
ma'am. So what the concept came about just out of nowhere. I was really thinking of doing something that would separate my brand completely from other bow tie manufacturers. There's a lot of companies
Okay.
that sell bow ties, but there's not another bow inertia. So I wanted to do
Mm-mm.
something that separated my brand completely from other brands. And when they saw that bag, they would immediately think of my brand. So it'd be like brand awareness. So
I
I
will
did
from
that.
now on.
Yeah, I did that. Exactly. I did that as a way to separate my brand. And now when people
Hmm.
do see that bag, they recognize my brand. They think about my brand immediately when they see it.
Hmm.
So that's why I created the bag, to do something different. However, it's worn the same way you would wear your bag and the same way you wear your purse. I put things in there, I put my phone in there. I mainly try to take the big ones when I'm going like out of town or on a trip or when I'm hanging out or overnight bag or something like that. I even had a volleyball team actually that used one side to put their shoes in, and then they used the other side to fold up
Okay.
the uniform and put them in there so it wouldn't get dirty, but they would be able to carry it in a cute, really professional looking way.
Yeah.
That also accentuated that they were young ladies and they wanted to
Hmm.
accentuate that part, make it cute and stuff. So there's a plethora of ways that you can use the bag. It's
Music.
really up to your discretion and how your imagination works.
It's cute because and
Thank
I
you
had
so
never
much.
seen anything like it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, but I need to know how it works.
Right? So it zips on both sides. So I don't know if Madeline has one, but it zips on both sides. It goes down the middle so that you can kind of put things on both sides. And the more you fluff it, the cuter the bow looks because it just looks like a big fluffy bow. You know what I mean? The more it gets
Oh,
fluffed up.
oh, well, that makes sense. I'm so glad. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
really did like it. I was like,
Thank
that's
you
really
so much.
cute. And
Thank
it's
you. Thank you.
different. So
Yeah, thank you so much.
so what other things are you doing with your brand as far as design and anything else that you're doing?
Yes, so with designing, I'm actually working on a concept right now that's really special to me, and it's kind of like top secret, but I'm super excited to showcase it. But my summer brand, so just know that there's something big on the horizon. But
Okay.
my summer
I'm gonna
brand is
be
actually
looking
is what
for it.
showcased. I showcase what I'm doing now. I really love making vintage style clothing. I love mixing the
Mm,
vintage with
yeah.
the modern and kind of giving my own take on it. So that's where you
Hmm.
see the uh one of my first look that came out for Fashion Week was a short set with a matching jacket, and it was
Okay.
a vintage style halter top with these custom shorts as well that had like strips of different materials throughout to
Hmm.
show that it matched with the jacket and stuff. And then the jacket was such the crop jacket with the ruffle sleeves, really short
Hmm.
ruffle sleeves. So it was super,
Yeah.
super cute look. And I really wanted to play on, mixing that fun, sexy kind of vibe, summer vibe
Right.
with the vintage style. And my materials are all non-traditional materials. They
Okay.
are that material that I use is actually upholstery material, so it's gonna last forever. It's
Oh
not gonna
yeah,
rot
it sure
out,
is.
when you wash it, anything like that. So I like to for my materials to be super durable, different, and quality material that'll last you a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah. And your designs, are they like you make any children designs or teens, or you just pretty much do adults or
Oh, I do everything. My brand is non-conformist. I don't conform to
okay.
any standards out there. So
Good.
if you would like something, I actually have a model that a young lady here. I wish I could remember her name right now, but she is a model here in San Antonio. A young lady. She does acting and stuff. And
Mhm.
she is Rue. Her name is Rue. Becoming
Oh,
Rue.
okay.
That's her name. Becoming Rue. And it's becoming and then RU. And you can look her up.
Mhm.
And she actually wore one of my pieces for a piece that she got done out in LA. They flew her out to LA to do some modeling for or an acting
Mhm.
gig out there. And she wore that as a part of her pitch to them, you know. And
Oh,
so
okay.
so yeah, I've designed for all types of people as well. Like I said earlier, my bow ties were in the movie. I got a really amazing, phenomenal friend in the movie industry who's a celebrity stylist. She styles like
Okay.
Kanye West, Elton John, Bruno Mars. Like she's amazing, and she
Oh
got
yeah.
my designs into the movie Laser Team too. So
That's
yeah, I know I'm kind of all
good.
over the place, but yeah, I'm kind of
That's
um,
okay.
the big announcement that's coming up is actually regarding maybe possibly having my bow ties in another movie. So let's fingers crossed
Yay. Cross
for
the
that.
fingers.
Yes.
Yes.
So a lot of
Yes.
stuff on the horizon. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Um, so kind of going back to Austin Fashion Week,
Mhm.
did it meet your goals of what what you were setting out to do?
Yes, absolutely. It was so surreal living in that
Yeah.
moment. It's so funny. I was telling Madeline when I was over there with her. Um a friend of mine and I were talking in late 2003. I'm sorry,
Mm,
2023. And we were saying, by 2025, we'll be in Fashion Week. By 2025, for sure we'll be in a Fashion Week.
hmm.
Somebody's Fashion Week. We don't know who's, but
Cool,
somebody.
but
And it was
somebody's,
so
yeah.
crazy because it was like November 2023 when that happened. And by January 2024, I knew that I was going to be a part of Austin Fashion Week. So it was like I had
That's
put it out
great.
there, and God was like, I got
Yep.
you.
That is great. I just love that
Thank
people,
you.
because so many people, we're all trying to be creative and do our thing, and it's just wonderful that people are sticking with their dreams, like you're sticking with
Mhm.
yours and you're making it
Absolutely.
happen. And that's, to me, that's what it's all about. It's just
Yeah,
making it happen. However that looks, it doesn't all to me, it doesn't
right,
always have to be textbook. It
right,
doesn't have to follow the business plan. Just do
right,
what you do, you know?
right. Well,
That's
that's it.
my
Yeah.
thing. So
My thing is, I like to tell people without there's be no without risk there will be no reward. Like you have to take the risk.
exactly.
You have to say, it can't just be I don't have the money to invest in it because you got the money to pay your light bill, so put an extra $20 aside. You know what I'm saying to fund your
Yep.
dream because it's gonna
There
go
you
towards
go.
something anyway. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah, it
$10.
is.
If Lisa Nichols did something, and I follow her. I love Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols
Mhm.
did something. She actually sent checks to her bank that just said fund my dreams. And it would be like $2, $5, $6, $10, $20,
Nice.
wherever she could afford. She would write the check and mail it to her bank. And then the day that she actually decided after years to go in and check
Mhm.
to see how much her she had in her account, she had
Mhm.
thousands of dollars in there, and the people just wanted to meet who is this lady who was sending these
Right.
checks to fund her dreams, and they finally got a chance to meet her. And that was,
Mhm.
that took a while for her to do, but at the same time, that's what helped her start her brand. And whoever's listening to this, go
Yep.
look up Lisa Nichols. She is an amazing, phenomenal
Yes.
story, and
I
she would
have
inspire
listened to her
anybody.
before.
So absolutely,
Yeah.
yes. So let that be a story of inspiration because you got to start somewhere, and might as well
Yeah, you
start today.
do. Yes. Yes. So, is there anything that you want to share with our community? Well, how first of all, let me go back. How can the community
Yeah.
support you? How can
Well, the word of mouth is free. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising, and
Mhm.
it is free to be kind. So feel free to just pass on. Hey, I know this amazing designer who is creating this amazing style. Please reach out to her. If you know
Mhm.
somebody who's looking for something special, if you know somebody who's looking for a bow tie, someone who loves
Yeah.
items, people who love something different that stands out from the crowd, please send them my way. I'd be more than happy to create something authentic,
All
unique,
right.
and amazing for them.
Okay. That sounds good.
Thank you.
Anything that you would like to share that maybe we haven't talked about that's important to you, or something that you just always like to let people know?
Yes, absolutely. So not only am I a fashion designer, but I also do marketing and promo as well. I'm actually a manager for a recording artist. Her name is Karma, and she just
Okay.
debuted her new song called "I Want You." It's on every streaming service out there. It's an amazing song, and we'll be releasing more songs coming up shortly. But the reception so far has been so great with the DJs here in San Antonio. They're
Oh,
wanting to play the
good.
song. They're playing the song at the clubs and things like that. So please go check it out. In addition to that, I also raise awareness for endometriosis and domestic violence awareness. Due to
Okay.
my own issue that I had with domestic violence, I
Okay.
wanted to become an advocate to try to prevent something like this from happening to someone else. Not this,
Yes.
but that, because I'm in a
Yeah.
completely different situation now.
Right.
But I have an event coming up called Alamo City Affair. Information you can find out about it at alamocityaffair.com. We're raising awareness of endometriosis this year, and we have people coming out from the medical industry, from the therapists coming out to talk about mental health as well and how that could affect having endometriosis, and just raising awareness about it due to the misconceptions, the lack of awareness, and the lack of compassion that is surrounding the endometriosis and the lack of understanding really that people
Yeah.
have. So I'm trying to raise awareness for it, and we're also going to be donating funds to an organization called Indo Black, and that is an organization that raises awareness because the minorities are one of the highest rates to have endometriosis.
Yeah.
However, we have the least amount of
Resource.
resources that are exactly that are available to us, and things that will help us, get understanding and know what's happening, to our bodies and stuff like that. So we
Yes.
want to raise awareness for that. So I'm looking to try to get a Indo Black office open in Texas. Hopefully, fingers crossed for that. I've
That's
been working
great.
with the young lady who is the founder of that organization. But we're
Mhm.
really wanting to make some noise here in Texas for women's rights and let them know that
Yeah.
we are here and we
We
are going to
have
make
to.
noise until our voices are heard.
Yeah, and as women, we're gonna have to, because not having control over my body just floors me,
Right.
and
Exactly.
we are gonna have to raise up and do something, because it's just, I mean, I know, like, for my age is over, but
Yeah.
but I care about the people, the young women coming
Right. That
after,
come
and
after. Yes.
and just the women,
Mhm.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that you're doing that. That sounds really
Thank
good.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. So where can people follow you and get your uh good stuff?
Yes, so you can my website is www.bowinertia.com. That's
Mhm.
BOWINERTIA.com. Or you can find me on all social media platforms under Bow Inertia. And if you just want to
Okay.
follow me personally, you can find me at Didi the Designer on TikTok. Didi the
Okay.
Designer on
I'm gonna
TikTok.
look
And
you
that's
up.
DIDI, Didi the Designer.
Okay. I'm gonna be looking you up.
Cool beans.
So,
You
well,
had mentioned one thing to me that Didi mentioned earlier,
mhm,
and I wanted to see if she would elaborate just a little bit. Um, you mentioned about the survival part of what you're doing and raising the awareness, and then Demita also was talking about the women coming together. This is a great. I'm looking at the screen right now. There's three women, different ages, different styles, different things, but it's
mhm,
so important that we change that narrative, that we
Mhm.
yeah,
can't work together, that we can't support each other. And then you
Absolutely.
come out of a domestic situation that also fueled you. You might just
mhm,
Mhm.
elaborate a little bit more about that aspect.
Yes, no, absolutely. So when I was in the midst of the situation, full transparency here. When I was in the midst of the situation, I was like, towards the end, I had already gotten past the point where it's like, okay, I can't fix it. I have to escape at this point. But
right,
I didn't really ask God. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I told God, I said, once I'm out of this situation, I want I said I either
mhm,
want one of two things. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. I say you bring me a man in my life who has kids who don't want no more kids, like
Mhm.
grown. I say, or you bring me a man in my life who has a small child whose mother is not in their life. And when I
Mhm.
tell you that man brought me both, God brought me both. I have two. You see, you met my daughter, my stepdaughter, Madeline, who was there with me. She's 27. My other daughter's 24. My other stepdaughter. Their mother
Wow.
passed away when they were very young. My stepdaughter was 10 and my other
Mhm.
stepdaughter was 7. Their mother passed away when they were very young. So my
Mhm.
husband had to raise them on their own. My stepson, however, he is 10 and his mother abandoned him when he was 3.
Mm.
And I have been raising this child since he was 3 years old, since I met my
Wow.
ex-husband. I mean, since I met my
Right.
husband that I'm with now. So I said that to say, when I was in that situation, I knew that I didn't want my heart to be black, but I knew that I had to get out before it was too late because I was finding myself becoming very hardened to the things that were happening to me, and I just had to shut
Mhm.
myself off emotionally so that I didn't get affected. But I got out, I got help.
Mhm.
That was the important thing. I got help. But I also
Yes.
started the organization. This is where I start. Those bow ties actually saved my life. They did. They
Wow.
saved my life. I started making those bow ties as a form of mental outlet, a
Mhm.
mental escape. And I did that in my own time, my own free time, and I've been told, I don't know what you're doing that for. You ain't gonna never be ish in life. I don't know what you're doing that for. Like, but it was personal. And then
Yeah.
it turned into, people saying, hey, those are nice. You should sell them. Those are nice, and that's when,
Mhm.
it turned, but it took many times of me convincing myself that it was good enough because no matter what nobody else told me, I didn't feel like it was good enough.
Exactly.
I had that imposter syndrome where it was like, yeah, you say that, but it's not really, as good as you say. So I would have you. But I
Mhm.
had to go to therapy. I had to learn and do the work in order to move to the other side. And now I can actually advocate for it and actually say with wholeheartedly that I am so far removed from that situation. I am so blessed
Good.
to be I am.
That
I
is
am so
good.
thankful for what I've been through. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm so thankful for what I've been through because it gave me the voice that I have today that I can advocate for
Exactly.
somebody else and hopefully pray that I can prevent somebody else from being going through what I went through and recognizing the warning signs, recognizing the red flags, and
Mhm.
understanding, that you can't fix it. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do to
Yeah.
your own person. They're gonna have to do the work, for their own traumas and their own issues. There's nothing you can
Yeah.
do to fix that. You are the priority. So that's
Yes.
a little bit about that in a nutshell without going into too much graphic detail. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Because that's your journey. That's your test, as they say, that's your testimony. That's,
Thank you. Yeah.
that's what got you to where you are now. So,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah,
It is.
that's
Thank you for
great.
giving me the platform to be able to express that because it's a dream of mine to be able to showcase my growth on a bigger stage, on a bigger platform, and hopefully
Mhm.
inspire not only one or two people, but hundreds, possibly thousands. And I want my voice to be able to do that because I know that there are people out there that have been through way worse than I have, way worse
Mhm.
than I have, and some people probably just still don't have the voice to talk about it. Or I would rather, we even love to collaborate with other people who have been through other things as well. And we could even come together to do something even bigger. You know what I mean?
That's
So
true.
it only starts here. It only starts here.
Yep.
But you can just see that there is life on the other side. There is growth on the other
Yes, it
side.
is. And what a beautiful life on the other side.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. I just wanted to make sure we touched a little bit about that because
Yeah.
Mhm.
sometimes things happen to us, and I've learned that sometimes things happen for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so
Yes.
sometimes
You're
we
right.
are the gift for others. And so thank you so much for sharing that. I know
Thank you.
bless somebody, bless somebody.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, I have been inspired. I don't know about you, Madeline, but I've been inspired. Glad that,
You're about to make me well up. Listen, but it's tears of joy. I promise you, just the
yes,
overwhelming of being in the moment. But I thank you
yeah,
It is amazing.
it is. So, well, that was all I wanted to discuss. I just wanted, I'm glad we were able to chat and meet, and
yeah,
your story is a good, is that's the whole thing behind Ujima is telling stories, telling,
yes,
I call them the everyday heroes like you. It's just, this is our history. and if we don't start documenting it and telling it,
Mhm.
there, well, you already know
Already
that the
know
time is
the time is
right.
right.
So,
So
yeah. So,
yeah.
Ujima is all about telling the positive stories of people in our
Mhm.
communities that are making a difference, and you're doing that. So I
Thank you
appreciate
so
you
much.
taking the time to share
Thank
with
you.
us.
It was my pleasure. And if you don't mind sending me your email, I'd be happy to shoot you over an invitation to Alamo City Affair if y'all are interested
Yeah,
in coming
sure.
out and showing
I sure
support.
will. I
That would be
sure will.
amazing. I would love that.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I sure will. So you have
Okay.
anything else, Madeline?
So I just want to say thank you. Like, so what we're like with Ujima, with Demeanor, what she's doing in the magazine is commendable. And I
Yes.
just pray that through this collaboration, we're able to do videos, we're able to get this word out across not just in Austin and Texas, but
Mm-hmm.
around the world. That is our goal,
Yeah,
to collaborate and
Absolutely.
share stories. So
yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you for sure. Thank you so much for this platform, this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Thank you again,
Bridget.
dear.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
The phone kind of cut out, but I think you were saying thank you so much, and I
Yes.
thank you so much as well. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.